Hi guys, welcome back. You probably read the title and are very worried for my sanity, mental health, fursuit probably. And you're probably thinking, that's not a good idea, you shouldn't have done that. But I did. As you can see, obviously Supernova is fine. She was not damaged. In fact, very few people actually touched her at all. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I did get one like year 10, I think, pulling on the zip. And I kicked him, and this other kid punched me, so I took the head off and really gave him a piece of my mind. I think he was quite flustered after that. But other than that, I did not have any issues with physical contact. I did have a lot of people yelling at me, a lot of very nasty things, but I don't really care at this point. I thought it would be a funny idea, and it was really funny. So basically, I'm just going to be taking you through this process. This did actually happen a couple of weeks ago. It was the last day of school before half term, which was forever ago. I decided it would be a good idea to do it right before a holiday because then, everyone would cool off for a bit. Hopefully some people would forget about it entirely. And then I could come back to school with like a little bit of my dignity, just a little bit. I also decided it would be fun to make a video about it, but because I'm not good at making videos, the footage I have isn't like very concise, so I couldn't just edit them together and make that a video on its own. So obviously it's going to require quite a bit of editing to get this to be like an actual video with flow and for it to make sense. So that's what this video is. Now, obviously, the first step was getting to school. Now, I take the bus to school, as does my friend who was waiting at the bus stop for me. And so she was, like, the first person who was, in the know of my little plan. I had texted a couple of my other friends saying that's what I was considering doing, but none of them knew for sure I was actually going to do it before she did, basically. And she did not think it was a good idea. And it wasn't, in hindsight, but I obviously proceeded with it anyway. I was too far ahead to quit at this point. I think I have some footage of us at the bus stop.
You're a faggot.
Yay! I thought you said faggot.
So I was now at school, okay? I get off the bus, I talked to my friends. I didn't get any clips of that because they were all freaking out. It was pretty funny, actually. A couple of kids came up to me and asked me about it. Even some of the teachers seemed pretty interested. And this is where clips start to get kind of hazy because obviously I can't film in lessons. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't need to get kicked out. That's the last thing I need. And if I were to try and film, I'd probably get caught and get my phone taken away, which would put a damper on the entire video. So that means I could only film at certain times, like break and lunch. I did get a couple clips that weren't then. I have one of me on the bus ride home. It's not very interesting. And then I also have one I'm about to play where me and my friend are in the bathroom, and it's chaos, basically, because, well, what did you expect? I'll play the clip.
Bunking off form and be like, I would never. She's bunking too. Supernova's bunking. Stop.
So yeah, that was that. But then after that, I wasn't able to get any footage until break, where essentially I just put Supernova on and me and my friend walked around the field for a bit, and we walked past. I am so mad at myself. I didn't get any footage, but basically me and my friend, we walked past the basketball court, which is this big fenced off area where people play is it a basketball court or is it just an AstroTurf? I don't know what it's for, but it's there, and the year 11s and the year 10s are always there. And they were they were all pressed up against the fence and they kept yelling, "Furry, is that a furry?" And it was so funny because it's like that thing little kids do. It's like that thing little 3-year-olds do when you go past a field with sheep in it. It's like, oh my god, wow, look, sheep. Yeah, keen observation there, Jimmy. And then after that, again, I'm so mad I wasn't filming. These guys, I think they were in the year above me, came up to me and they were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, a furry? And they were like, yeah, but like, what year are you in? I was like, year 9. And they were like, oh, okay, what gender are you? Like, who are you? I was like, I'm non-binary. And they were like, oh, but what gender are you biologically? And my friend, like, I think she nearly hit them. And then as I was going in, I think this was at break, it might have been a lunch, as I was like going over to the playground to take the head off and put her in her plastic bag, this guy like pulled on the zip and my friend hit him. It was really great. It was really fun. So yeah, I'm going to play the clip that we got at break, and then we'll have to cut back to me because that is the only footage I got until lunch. Hi, sexy. I can't even tell if I'm like in frame or not because I can't see shit, but you know.
Oh my god, yes! Look at this sexy bitch.
So sexy. Okay, give it back.
Okay. What's dragons down there? What?
Then after that, obviously I had a couple lessons, and then it was lunch, which is where this next piece of footage is from. And I actually had a pretty pleasant experience at lunch because unfortunately it did start raining, so I had to go into the hall, and the only other kids in the hall were all like the gay kids, the artsy kids, and the furry kids from my year and the year above. So they were all really chill. A couple of them did ask questions. I did let a few of them try it on. They were all really nice and respectful. And I was like, okay, this is better. This is better. And then a group of chavs walks in, right? I think they're in my year. I don't know their names. They're probably all Amelie, to be honest. And I really don't like them. They don't like me. But they were standing by the door, and then after it stops raining, I walk out, and they kind of follow me to around the corner, and like all my other friends were waiting outside for me. So we were all together, and they stop us, and they go, hey, can we get a picture? In that like really mean, condescending way. And I just pretended I didn't realize that they were being condescending. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can get a picture. So I got a picture with them, regrettably. That picture is now somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. And then after that, I regrettably let one of them try it on. And like cheap perfume for like the rest of the day. I disinfected the hell out of shit out of her. Like after this, I gave her the biggest wash and brush of her life. Like she is so clean because I did not want chav residue. I did not want straight people residue on my fursuit, to be honest. And then after that, this other group of kids who I don't think were associated with these ones came over, and oh my god. Right, one of them does that really annoying thing where they like go like that on the fur. I think it's called scritches, and like it was right on her cheek, and I nearly fucking cried. I hit their hand and I was like, please don't do that. And I spent ages brushing her because it made it all knotty and shit. I was like, ugh. If you ever see a fursuiter, don't fucking do that shit. It is so annoying. I nearly screamed. I got so annoyed. Then after that, thank the Lord, I only had one more lesson. That was PE, and then I went home. So I'm going to put in a clip from lunchtime, and then I have a couple other clips, and then it's the end of the video.
We've been found by the Straggots.
Oh no. POV, you wake up in the middle of the night and see this, what you do?
I know how the fuck son you got in my house.
Why are you in my house? Why is there a furry in my house? Gracie, say hi to the camera. I love you. Then, like I said, I just had one more lesson after lunch, and then it was home time, thank God. I get on the bus, I get a few more weird questions, like, while I was on the bus, mostly by straight people, so, that was not a fun conversation. A lot of the time it's like, why are you wearing that? Because, for fun, and me time. So yeah, I got a lot of people staring at me as well, like, I wasn't even wearing the head on the bus, because it's really fucking warm in there. But people were still staring at me, like, guys, I look normal right now, why are you staring at me? But they were still staring at me. I think one girl took a picture of me, which was uncalled for, but that picture exists now. Actually, I got a lot of people taking pictures of me without my consent. All of them got yelled at, I think, but there's probably a couple people who kept those pictures, so I hope you're fucking happy with yourselves. Then, thank God, I was home. I was pretty tired by this point because, of course, I'd been doing a lot of running around. I had a lot of sweating, and I also had just had PE. So I was pretty exhausted, but I gave Supernova a brush and then went to bed. And then the next day, which was the half term, obviously, I gave her like a proper wash and a disinfect and made sure she was clean and that she didn't have straight people residue on her. And then that was it. And then I procrastinated on editing this video for ages, and then loads of the footage got corrupted. So I had to go back through the video and screen record what I could of the footage. And then the footage just miraculously came back, but all the audio was corrupted. So I had to like jam it together to get obviously what we have now. But this is the video. I hope you liked it. There's probably a couple of you wondering, like you fursuiters, wondering if you should do this. I say it depends, quite frankly. If you go to a British public school like I do, don't do this. Because I had an alright experience. I wasn't too bullied. Well, but this was like a very mild case of being bullied. You might have it much worse, especially if you go to a public school. Maybe if you go to, like, I don't know how schools are in America, if you go to an American school or a private school, you can probably get away with this, but you should always ask your head of year or your head teacher and your parents as well before you do this, or you could get in trouble. I knew my school was pretty chill with it, but I did still get Mother Goose to call in and be like, hey, my kid is a dumbass, and they were like, yeah, we know. So yeah, that's the video. I'll see you never. Bye!